with Sister to Sister Talks. My name's Dionne.
I'm Chantel.
And we are on Ramadan Radio, 87.8 FM. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you want to engage with the show at any point, please do give us a call. You can call into the studio on 01902 972 150, or you can WhatsApp text us by using 07440 420 432.
And we are on our Instagram page as well, so feel free to interact with us on there as well.
And we've checked, and we actually are live on Instagram this time.
We worked it out, guys.
So last time we kind of messed up a little bit. So yeah, we've got followers on our Instagram, and we've also got you guys listening on the radio. So thank you very much for joining us. Today we are going to be talking about impact.
We are, so for those of you who aren't familiar with who we are, my name's Chantel, this is Dionne, and together we're the directors of Sister2Sister. Essentially what we do, we work and support, let's get the microphones on. There we go. We work with teenage girls between the ages of 13 and 21, and we do that in the community and in schools as well. And we've been given the opportunity to come on Ramadan Radio and talk about what we do and how we do it. So today we decided to talk to you about impact in terms of the impact that we want to make through the work we do, and just on a wider context in terms of the community, what impact means. So, Dionne, in terms of impact, what does that mean to you personally?
I think personally, impact is all about the effect that you have on someone. I looked it up actually on the internet.
You're not on the... Yeah.
I looked it up on the internet, and impact is all about the effect that you have on someone or something. So that's what impact means. So when I'm thinking about the personal impact that, let me just go back to that actually. It says to have a marked effect or influence, or to have a strong effect on someone or something. So when I think about my own personal impact, I like to think that I would have an impact on my children, and that I'd be a role model to my two girls and friends and family.
Yeah.
I would also like to think that with the girls that we work with, that I'd have a personal impact upon them, because what we said when we were here on our first show was that the girls that we work with are girls that have a similar background to us. So for me, I would like to hope that the impact that I have on them is that they look at me and they say, well, if she can do it, then so can I. So that's, for me, that's like a really crucial personal impact.
Okay, yeah.
How about you?
So impact for me, similar things to yourself really, in terms of ensuring that leaving that lasting impact on someone, whether it's the girls that we work with or friends or family. And I think it's important that impact isn't necessarily, it doesn't have to be something major and big and quite grand. It can be just something small, like just saying thank you to someone. You know, you don't know what people are going through. So just manners, like the basic things about how you can impact someone's day, as well as, things that we do in terms of Sister to Sister. Part of the reason why we set up Sister to Sister was because we wanted to leave an impact on our communities, on our families, and on the community. So essentially, it was about, during the lockdown, we looked at, didn't we, how we can make an impact in a wider context. And that's why we started Sister to Sister. We wanted to ensure that, when we're not here, in terms of, once we've gone, our ethos, our vision, our purpose is continued, and we made a difference to young teenage girls to give them the opportunity and representation that we, probably didn't always get.
And it was that how L. Rod book, wasn't it? That really made us start to think about impact and legacy and the kind of things that we can leave behind. And as we've told you before, and anyone that knows the Sister to Sister story knows that book was absolutely fundamental to us building and starting Sister to Sister. So it was instrumental to the birth of Sister to Sister, so to speak.
just in case anyone's wondering what that book is called, it's called The
Miracle
Miracle
Morning.
Morning. And that's a book that both Dionne and I started and finished reading during the pandemic. And that was the catalyst, like Dionne said, in terms of looking at just, the wider context of how we wanted to make that big difference. So that was that book had an impact upon us, didn't it?
Extremely.
Yeah, so that was definitely something that we
So I think for like the first half of the show, what we could do, Shan, is we could talk to the listeners about things that they can do to make an impact.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things, little things that you can do on a daily basis that would have such a positive impact on others, and you wouldn't really realise it.
Okay.
So maybe we could try and run through some of those things.
Yeah, perfect. That's fine.
I know you mentioned one of them already, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'll start. I'll just recap. So just saying thank you. It sounds quite basic, and sometimes, you can be somewhere and you think someone hasn't said thank you, so it can be overlooked as well. But yeah, it's just saying thank you and being very mindful and purposeful about saying it. It seems so small, but that thank you can make the difference. And it might be, you might be in a supermarket, or you might go to the gym, or whatever it is, just saying thank you to the person that's serving you. If you've got a personal trainer, just going out of your way to make that additional thank you for the service that you've received can really make somebody's day.
And funny that you say that as well, because part of what we do on our empowerment program is we ask the girls, like, what frustrates you, what really knocks you and gets on your nerves.
Yeah.
And one of those things, one of the girls said was, thank you. When people don't say thank you, it really, really annoys them. So, yeah, thank you can have a really positive impact, and it's just a normal daily habit. So it's nothing, it's just your normal basic manners, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, as well, what you can do is you can give more, and helping others, really. So giving more of your time to people, and that can be family and friends, spending more quality time with children, loved ones, that kind of thing. So giving more, and learning to be aware of people around you and the impact that you can have on those around you. So giving more than what is expected of you.
Yeah, going over and above. And obviously, within context, because you don't want to feel like, you haven't got boundaries and people are abusing that. So
taking liberties.
Yeah, so everything that we're saying, obviously, in the parameters of what you can manage is important as well. But in terms of giving more, like Dionne said, it could be that you give your time, you might volunteer at a food bank, you might just help your neighbour take out the bin. It doesn't have to be anything that's going to put you out or cost you a lot of money. Just small gestures often are the ones that are more heartfelt than necessarily trying to, how am I going to give more? What can I do? What can I provide? It's not necessarily about the funds either.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Another one,
Yeah.
Smiling.
Yes, definitely.
Smiling is a big one. I'm a big smiler.
Yeah, usually is.
I'm a big smiler. and it goes a long way. Just to smile with someone, even a stranger on the street, you don't know what they're going through that day. And that little smile to them could change their whole perspective on that day, can really lift them up.
Yeah.
And again, it's free.
It's
so
true.
just smile with people. Again, I like to kind of refer to conversations that we've had with girls on our courses and our programs. And I do recall one of the girls saying, I don't like her and I don't talk to her because her face always looks screwed up. And one of the other girls said, oh, but your face looks screwed up, but I still said hello to you.
That's right.
And I said, so can you see, that was her perception of you when she first met you on this program.
Yeah.
She thought that you was miserable, but she still spoke to you. She still smiled with you. So actually, what I would say is, don't judge somebody by how you see their face set on a certain day, because you really don't know what they're going through. And just to smile with them, just to say hello with them, that can really, really bring them up out of a really bad mood. So I think to make a good impact on someone, just smile.
And I think as well, just following on from what Dionne said, sometimes I'm guilty of this. I don't realise that my face can look miserable, and actually nothing's wrong with me. I'm absolutely fine. But to the person saying, "Are you okay, Chantel?" I'm like, "I'm fine." Like, your face don't look fine. I'm absolutely fine. So again, just to reaffirm that, that was it the British stiff upper lip or whatever. Let's embrace the smiling and not necessarily think that because someone's face might appear to you to be upset, frustrated, concerned, whatever. It could just be that's how their face is. Cause that's what mine is sometimes.
It's a universal language.
It is.
anybody recognises a smile, so there can be no barrier. It's a universal language. So yeah, just smile with people. So that's how many tips we've given them now so far. I think about 2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah. I'd also say as well, something that I used to do a lot of this before, but I know what you're gonna say. I don't know why I've come out of the habit, but anonymously saying thank you or gestures. So what I mean by that is, it could be that you've, I don't know. I'll give you the example of what actually happened. I was out in like the middle of nowhere, going for a drive, and I'd actually my tyre. I had a flat in my tyre, or something happened, and it was like Sunday. There was hardly any garages open, and there was this garage that was just about to lock up, and I begged him. I was like, please, please, please. The man was ready to leave, and you could see the distress that I was in because I had somewhere to be. He opened up his garage, sorted out the car, didn't even charge me for it. I think a few days later, upon reflection, I managed to Google the name of the garage. I sent him just a thank you card, just saying, and but he didn't know it was me, just saying thank you for that. Unbeknown to him, the place I had to go was really, really important. And this guy on a Sunday just helped. Do you know what I mean? And I wasn't expecting anything back. I didn't put my address on there for him to send me something back. It was literally just to let him know that what he did that day was, priceless, really, to be honest.
And can you say that's 2-way, isn't it?
Yes.
Because it's 2-way. He did something for you over and above, and you've then thanked him. So it's 2-way, and that means that you will have both had a very positive impact on each other.
Definitely.
Without realising
it's like a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
So there's some quick tips for you to how you can make an impact.
That was a really quick first show. We're going to go into adverts.
The death of a loved one is a very emotional and challenging time for the family members of the deceased. Al Mu'min Funeral Services have been supporting families across the UK since 2005. Their professional, experienced and quality service ensures the whole process from release from hospital to burial is taken care of respectfully and efficiently. They also specialise in worldwide repatriations, assisting to take loved ones to Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Iraq or anywhere worldwide. almu'minfunerals.co.uk, your trusted funeral service.
Do you have a family member that's passed away and you would like someone to assist you in legal advice? Kenneth Jones Solicitors has been providing legal services for businesses and individuals since 1986. We specialise in probate, Islamic wills and family law. We also offer services in conveyancing, immigration and personal injury. Contact us today on 01902 745 773 or visit us on our website at kenneth-jones.co.uk.
Betsy's Burgers taste flippin' awesome. Betsy's world-famous burgers are coming soon to Wolverhampton and Wednesfield. Prepare for sizzling hot smash burgers, bubbling mac and cheese, and sensational sides. Betsy's is home to undefeated, crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside fries. Dunk your Betsy's burger in a lava-hot melted cheese and get a load of our loaded fries and mouth-watering cheese-filled onion rings. The king is dead. Long live the queen. Betsy's Burgers, coming flippin' soon. Eurofit Auto Centres, the West Midlands' leading independent auto centre, celebrating 18 years of service. All services, MOT and repairs, with a free collection and drop-off service within Wolverhampton. Book online today at eurofitautocentres.co.uk or call us on 01902 40 40 45 and we'll direct you to your nearest branch. The experts making vehicle repairs simple.
Are you in receipt of benefits and looking for cavity wall or underfloor insulation? Did you know, with Northern Gas Heating, you could get a free boiler with the insulation measure of your choice? Call 0800 083 1000 or go to northerngasheating.com to see if you're eligible. It's a quick and easy assessment. Northern Gas Heating, celebrating over 20 years in the industry. We're proud to be the UK's local central heating company.
Feeling peckish? Treat your taste buds with a range of delicious snacks and flavours of the Far East from Indus. Why not try our range of roasted nuts, dried fruit, Bombay mix and flavoured snacks? Indus by AIB Foods. Available in your local supermarkets and varied retailers. Indus, the world's finest foods. Khan Builders offer a full range of building services, from major rebuilds to small projects, home improvements, kitchen fitting, plastering, bathroom fitting, extensions and much more. We pride ourselves on providing a professional, caring and high quality service and always meet our customers' needs. Contact Khan Builders today on 07813 950 265 for a free quotation from Khan Builders. Pack Continental, your local best halal supermarket in Wolverhampton. Established for over 20 years, we pride ourselves on our fresh vegetables and fresh fruit. We have a variety of spices and lentils. We're also an award-winning Halal Butcher of the Year for 2 consecutive years. We supply excellent quality meat and poultry delivered fresh daily to our store. Visit us today at 1-3 Hunter Street, Wolverhampton, WV6 0QZ, or call 01902 717 792. Open 9am till 8pm Monday to Saturday and 10am till 6pm on Sundays. Do you need planning permission and don't know where to start? Whether you're planning on extending your family home or building a new one, Footprint Design Architects are here for you. With a broad range of experience in residential, commercial and industrial architecture, we pride ourselves in offering a unique, tailored service for all our clients. For more information, visit our website www.footprintdesign.net or contact us at info@footprintdesign.net.
Ramadan's blessed days are the perfect opportunity to reach out to suffering families in the Ummah with our charity. You can do so by donating to one of Ummah Welfare Trust's many projects which are helping our brothers and sisters in Africa, Asia and the Middle East. In these difficult days, charity is one of the best ways to earn Allah's pleasure and protection. To give yours, call 0800 4 0800 11 or visit uwt.org.
This is Ramadan Radio, your local voice, your local Muslim radio. Go to RamadanRadioWolves.com and donate to your local.
Yeah, so we just thought, well, we know we need to go on here more often, so let's just do the radio as well. Well, we're going back on live.
Yeah, show our faces. For those of you who've just joined us, I'm Chantel.
And I'm Dionne. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton, 87.8 FM. And for those of you that have just joined and you weren't on the first half of our show, we'd just like to let you know that you can get involved. You can call in the studio on 01902 972 150, or you can WhatsApp us on 07440 420 432. We're also live on our Sister2Sister Instagram page as well, so you can join us there too.
Get
Spread
involved.
the word. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
That's it.
And we're talking about impact, aren't we, today? So that just shows we're using all of our channels to have the biggest impact,
Definitely.
to make sure that you are aware of Sister2Sister and the work that Sister2Sister does, and also as well so that we can share with as many people as possible how important it is to have a positive impact on those around you.
Definitely. So just to recap really, so we started off the show talking about what impact was and what it meant to us personally, and also how that then led us to set up our business almost 2 years ago, to have an impact on the girls of influence in inner cities like Wolverhampton, for example, we're both from, and just that importance of giving back to the community and having a lasting legacy on our families having a business that supports our community.
So Sister2Sister's been going now since 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, July 2020 is when we June 2020 is when we started, and we've been doing great things.
We have.
And it's been getting better and better, and the support is growing. So we thank you all very, very much, because we wouldn't be able to do it without the community and without our Instagram family as well. So first half of the show, was giving you some tips about how you can just make a positive impact every day to those around you. Some of the things that we said that you could do is all about giving more, so spending more time with family and friends, going over and above that what you would normally do, smiling. We said it's universal language. Everybody understands a smile. There is no barrier there, so smile more.
Yeah.
What else did we talk about?
Saying thank you, as you know, minor as that is, just saying thank you with intent and that purposefulness behind it as well, not just kind of, I've got to say thank you, just kind of saying it blanket. You say it with intention as well. And also
Helping
others is what we mentioned.
Yeah.
But there's a few more that we wanted to kind of add to that. Sometimes when you think about impact, it can become quite overwhelming. You might think it needs to be something quite grand and quite elaborate. So some of the other things that you can do is nurturing relationships.
Yeah.
Now, again, we mentioned earlier that don't do anything outside of your boundaries and your comfort zone, because we've all got a limit, and sometimes we need to make sure that we're protecting our space and our energy. So anything that we say, just obviously be mindful that it's within your own comforts, really. So in terms of nurturing relationships, it's, for me anyway, it's about spending time with people who you value, and you value their time, they value yours. It doesn't have to be, in person. It can be phone call, whatever. But really nurturing those, and listening. So rather than being, this is what happened to me, this is what happened to me, me, because we all love talking about ourselves. Actually being attentive, like, what is this person actually saying, and what are they not saying? Because that's just as important as well. So quite often you're on the phone to a friend or family member, even your children, and they're talking and talking and talking. That's if you allow them the time to. And sometimes the nuances and the kind of subliminal messages that you might be able to take away if you actually just pay more attention. So for me, nurturing relationships and listening to the unspoken is just as important as listening, and because you want to get your 5 minutes worth as well. You want to get your 5 minutes in as well. So that's another way that you can make an impact, I'd say. Yeah.
That's something that I really had to learn, because I'm sometimes so guilty of just listening but knowing that I want to say something as well.
And it's because you want to be helpful. Yeah. Because you're listening, you're like, I've got an idea that you can do, or there's something I can tell that person to do, or I've tried this. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that you want to support and give that person your ideas and some suggestions. But sometimes the person's not. Sometimes well. They just want to offload. It's not that they want a suggestion or a solution, because 9 times out of 10 they know what to do. They just want to kind of offload. Do you know what I mean? So that's something that's important, in a way that you can make an impact. Yeah.
Another way that you can make an impact is by surprising people.
Okay.
Surprising someone that you love. Everybody likes to be surprised.
Especially this one.
Especially me, yeah. Especially me. Everybody likes to be surprised. So that's a way that you can have a positive impact on somebody, is just by surprising them. And the element of surprise, something that they're not used to doing. It might just be some of the things that we've already suggested, like the thank you notes. That's a nice surprise. It doesn't have to be some big, massive, grand gesture that's going to cost you the arm and a leg. It can just be something just really, really nice, and just that they just don't expect.
So let's give them some examples then. So something that's not going to cost a fortune, petrol and everything's gone up.
It could be to go on a picnic or something like that.
Okay.
So at the same time, you're surprising someone, you're probably surprising your family, friends, loved ones.
Yep.
But also as well, it's not an arm and a leg, is it?
Okay, so a surprise picnic, bunch of flowers, you can get those relatively inexpensive. A thank you note that's not going to cost, you've just got to write something on a post-it and push it through the letterbox, or cost of a first or second class stamp.
Even if it's just dropping in on somebody that you don't normally see, just a surprise visit or something like that.
Yeah.
That can, I've just dropped in on people, and I've just thought to myself, wow, Dionne, why didn't you do that
in a way? Yeah.
And I feel good about it afterwards, and they feel good because they haven't seen me for such a long time. So actually, just a surprise visit can really help. We've just come out of the pandemic. well, some would say we're probably still in it, but hey, that's debatable, and we're not going to go into that right now. However, you know, so it means that we've been away from family and friends for a long time, and because of that, sometimes you lose connections. So yeah, just drop in on someone that you love and just surprise them with a surprise visit.
Even like if you're not able to get them a phone call, someone that you've not reached out to, family member or friend that you've not spoken to for a while, you can make that phone call, or just like a nice heartfelt text message. Sometimes we're quick to say how we feel in the absence of loved ones, but actually tell them now, send them that text message or WhatsApp or whatever medium that's most comfortable for yourself, and just drop them that nice message so they know here and now the impact that they have on your life. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Not about you, it's actually, do you know what, morning such just wanted to say X, Y and Z. I really appreciated when you did whatever for me the other day, or our friendship really means a lot to me. Like, you might not even realise, just anything. Doesn't have to be like, I'm a wordsmith, innit? It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, but that can be impactful and very impactful.
Very, very impactful.
And it will have a ripple effect. Quite often when you put out something good, it makes someone else feels good, and then it's that knock-on effect of positive energy just being emitted, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. How would you say, Shan, that we kind of give a positive impact to the girls on our programme?
Okay, so I think there's lots of ways that we give a positive impact to the girls. I think by virtue of us being two black women from Wolverhampton, that's a positive impact for the girls who we come across who may not feel as though they've got that representation in their schools or in their communities. I think it's also important that
we come from inner city areas.
Definitely.
So we told you before, I come from Park Village in Wolverhampton. Shan comes from Blakenhall in Wolverhampton. So we like to deliver our programs in those kind of areas because, as we said before, it's very important for us to be able to inspire the young ladies and share experiences and be very relatable to them. So by doing that and by sharing experiences and things about our own background, that also gives them that level of comfort and reassurance to know that if they can do it, then we can do it too.
And just for anyone who's not familiar with the two areas that we've mentioned, how would you describe Park Village when you were growing up?
Oh, wow. How would I describe Park Village? Yeah. So Park Village is a council estate. I come from a single parent family, so lots of single parent families. You would have a lot of people there, like a very close-knit kind of area, very close-knit, but then, there's a lot of crime around there as well. Okay. And that just is what it is. But, yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I would say about Park Village.
I think for me, Blakenhall, don't think I realised it at the time. I think it was later on when you kind of realise, like, wow. So it was very similar to Park Village in terms of poverty and deprivation. Again, growing up, lots of single household families, lots of children on school, free school meals. We had a shopping precinct where there was there was lots of like criminal activity going on.
Graffiti all over the place.
Yeah. But childhood was good, but I think when you realise some of the things as you get older, it's like, wow. So those are the kind of areas that we were brought up in, and I think by some of our experiences that we've witnessed and some of those of our friends and family, I think that leaves us in good stead to have an impact on girls from the same communities or similar, because we understand that it can be tough.
It can be tough, but again, that's what makes you who you are as well. So you wouldn't be Chantel and I wouldn't be Dionne without those experiences.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not about, running down or not appreciating, because, it's like Dionne said, it's our foundation, isn't it? It's, if we didn't come from where we come from, we couldn't do the work that we do. So, and I think that is crucial when we're speaking to people in the community and we're speaking to senior leadership teams and we're speaking to, head teachers and community leaders, when they want to know about the crux of our business.
What is our unique selling point?
It's exactly what we've just explained. It's us. It's, that transferable skills, that experience, lived experience as well. So that's part of the impact that we share with the girls that we work with as well.
And I think as well, we have a very strong community impact insofar as members of the community can get involved with Sister to Sister. So there are opportunities to volunteer with Sister to Sister, also to work as workshop facilitators. So that's going and delivering the programs in the community and in schools as well. So by virtue of that then gives scope for people in the community to get involved and contribute and give back as well via Sister to Sister, giving back to the young girls that we work with.
And just on the back of that, for those of you who aren't aware, Sister to Sister is actually a social enterprise. So I'll leave this bit for Dionne. But if you want to just explain to them how our organisation has an impact thereafter, it's not like non-for-profit, and why we chose that route.
Yeah, so we decided it was intentional for us to go down the social enterprise route because we knew that we wanted to give back to the community. So with the social enterprise, that means that whatever we generate, whatever profits we generate from working with the girls, anything that we get gets reinvested back into Sister to Sister because it's a social enterprise, and we're not making any profits. It's a not-for-profit company. And we chose to do that because we didn't want to be, our whole ethos, our motivation wasn't around making lots of money for ourselves to put in our pockets. It was really about how we can have that impact upon that girls and really reinvest back into our community and to the girls that we really want to help and support.
And on the back of that, one day we'll share a story with you that that happened when we very first started. We'll share how we went from one decision to another in regards to our business model. But we'll save that for another day. But it will add weight into the fact of where our hearts, were in terms of making sure that we were giving back to the girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so we deliver an 8-week programme in the community and in schools, academies, colleges, etc.
There's one's called the Education Empowerment Programme and the other one's called Community Empowerment Programme.
It is. And whilst we cover lots of things on our programme with the girls, there's one particular session that I just wanted to, or we wanted to talk to you about, as it's in line with impact. So it's our vision board session. So Dionne and I will explain to you what this session looks like, what are vision boards, some of you might already be familiar with it, some of you might not be, and how that has now progressed into something else.
If anyone actually uses vision boards, then please get in contact with us and let us know. Let us know what your experience is of vision boards, what you think they are if you've not used one. Again, let me just give you the details so that you can drop in a text or call in and have a conversation around it. That we'd love that. The radio station telephone number is 01902 972 150 and the WhatsApp is 07440 420 432. So that's if you want to come straight into the studio and have that conversation around the vision boards and just sharing your experiences of that. If not, and you tuned in via the Instagram live, then you can also drop comments and we'll try and answer any questions around that as well. So yeah, just share your experiences of vision boards. For us, we're going to go into it in a moment, but vision boards are so impactful. And also as well, I'll share with you what my thoughts, my initial thoughts around vision boards were, but we can talk about that in a moment as well.
Definitely. And I think it's important, if anyone is listening or tuned in who shies away from vision boards and thinks they're a bit, airy-fairy, a bit flouncy, it'd be good to kind of hear your take on it, because when you hear Dionne's testimony, it might give you a different perspective. So one of our sessions is about vision boards. So what do we do and why do we do it? Do you want to kind of tell them a bit about vision board session?
Yeah, so in the vision board session, we will give the girls an opportunity to go on the social internet, whatever it is, and find images. They will find images around categories such as fitness, health and well-being, education,
part-time job, career, family, friends,
faith, different categories are like
health,
that.
spirituality. Yeah.
And they'll find images around. We'll say to them, well, think about where you want to see yourself in the next 12 months, the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 years, whatever that is. Where do you see yourself? We give them then time to go on the internet and find images that would represent what they want. So, for example, what we've got girls that will, they want to go to university. So they might print out a picture with a girl throwing a cap in the air, university cap in the air. They want
cap and gown pictures.
Yeah, cap and gown pictures. They might want to do more baking. So you've seen them print out like baking pictures, drink more water and so the print out pictures of like, water bottles and things like that. So anything, it can be anything, any pictures that might represent something that you want to do. And then once they've done that, so we'll give them a time over like a couple of sessions, because then it's not that quick to do a vision board really, if you want to really do it like a proper vision board. And then once they've done that, we'll then get them to explain what their vision means. So what's your board about? What is your vision? Sharing your vision. And the reason why we ask them to share the vision is because when you share your vision, you get yourself instantly accountability partners. So if Chantel shares her vision with me, I will then be in the position to say, Shan, I know that in 12 months' time, you want to swim. So I will then go to Chantel and check in on her. How are you getting on with your vision, Shan? How are you getting on towards your goals? So it's always good to share your vision board or have your vision board somewhere whereby others around you can see your vision. And that was really useful for me, actually, because I had on my vision board to go to Fair Lawns.
Okay.
And
What's
Fair Lawns Hotel and Spa.
Spa.
I had that on my vision board, and my mum was watching me do my vision board, and so she was like, "Oh, you still haven't been there yet?" And I'm like, "No, but I'm putting it on my vision board. And then by virtue of me just putting it on my vision board and having it there, she knew that was something that I wanted to do, and she was like, "Well, okay then. I'll babysit for you so that you can actually go there." So sharing your vision helps it come into fruition as well. So that's always a good thing. Don't hide your vision board. Make it out there so that people can encourage you towards your vision and see if they can navigate anything to make you achieve or to help support you achieve that vision.
They might know someone who knows someone that can put you in the right direction. So it might be that you've got a fitness goal on there, and they might know someone who's a PT. They might, they say you're only 5 steps away from whatever the phrase is. But, so it's not necessarily that person can help you. They within their network, within their circle, they can you want to buy a house? I know a mortgage broker. You want to do da-da-da? I know someone, or my friend's this or something. So it's good to talk. During the BT advert, it's good to talk. So yeah, definitely. And once the girls have made their board, so like Dionne said, the pictures are cut out and almost like formed into a collage and put on, we get them canvas boards so they can take those home with them. And we encourage them to put them in their bedrooms, on their walls, on the doors, wherever, is suitable for them. And the idea behind it is that they take time out to look at what's on their board. So it's somewhere that's not hidden, it's open, and just, every few moments a day, before, after school, just really looking and kind of zoning in on what that is. We also let them know it's not like a miracle. You're not just going to look at these things and the next day it's on your doorstep. It's not that. It might happen, but, it's unlikely. So we let them know it's not kind of like magic. You've put you're going to get into Oxford and you're going to get a letter tomorrow from Oxford University. We explain that, it's about kind of gravitating towards these things. It's about aligning with the right people, and they've got to do some work. They've got to do some work in order to get these things as well. It's not kind of airy-fairy and I'll put this picture on the board and I'm going to be a size 8. Do you know what I mean?
Vision boards as well, I would say that it's good to have a vision board to remind you of why you're doing something. And we've talked about the power of why and having a very, very strong why, because that's the only thing that's going to motivate you if you have got a very strong why you're doing something. So the vision board, by looking at that all the time, whether it's once in the morning, once a day, whatever it is by looking at your vision board, it will remind you as to why you're doing something. You might be doing a job that you really can't stand, but you know what the end goal is. You know why you're doing that, because you're working towards that house or that car or whatever it is why you're doing that, what you're doing. So by looking at your vision board, it makes you know that you know you're one step away from that. So vision boards are really good to remind you of your why, I would say. Now, we talked about doing the vision board on a canvas. Lots of different ways that you can do a vision board. I only had a conversation yesterday with my friend, my university friend, who I lived with in university. Yep. And we were talking about vision boards because we were talking about the show today and what we were going to cover. And we were talking about the vision board. And she was saying that for her, what she does is she'll have her vision board on her phone.
Yep.
So she will find pictures, snap screenshots, quotes, screenshot things that she might see on Pinterest or wherever it is.
Yep.
Anything that is around something that she wants to achieve, then she would store it in like a folder.
Yep.
And she has it under the different headings, similar to what we said, around the different categories around faith, health and well-being, education, career, all those different things.
Yep.
And then what she'll do is she'll just look at her phone, because your phone's always with you, isn't it?
Yep.
Always on you.
Yep.
And so she'll look at her phone regularly just to check how she's getting on against her vision, against her future goals as well.
Brilliant.
And I think that's a fantastic idea, because you know, if with me, the thought of doing and sitting down and putting together a vision board used to give me anxieties because I am not a creative person. So I told myself for years, I'm not doing it. And then one day,
I've been telling her for years, you got to do one.
She was always saying to me, I was like, no. And I sat down and I did it. And I actually come up with a really, really good vision board, actually. I really impressed myself. And I was like, wow, Dionne did this. It was all up on my WhatsApp and everything. Like, I can't believe I did this. But yeah, now I've gone onto my second vision board as well now. And again, that doesn't look like someone that's scared of being creative at all. It's a good vision board. So anyway, if you can't overcome that barrier of sitting down and cutting out pictures and what have you, then using the phone is a very good option. Because as I said, your phone's always there. You can look at your phone and check against yourself. And also as well, if you're feeling a bit disheartened, if you're feeling that things aren't moving as quickly as you think that they should, then your vision board again is a reminder for that.
Yeah.
Because it is little steps. It's not an overnight miracle. So it reminds you about how you're actually moving in your journey towards getting what you want. Also, as well, in addition to that, with the vision board, if you kind of achieve anything that you've set out to do, you can take them off. Again, that can be motivating as well, because you can see little bits coming off your vision board. So your vision board changes. Your vision board changes along with your priorities as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think as well, whilst I don't necessarily take the images off, as years go by, I look back at them and like, I can't believe that I've put that on there 2 years ago and I've got it now, or, you know, and it's sometimes very, very simple things, but for it to go on a vision board, I didn't have it at that time. So when I look back, I'm like, no way, I've decorated such and such a room, and it's not a massive achievement necessarily, but at the time when it was on the vision board, it felt like I need to get this particular thing done. So it's, for me, it's good to kind of, you know, annually or 6 monthly or whatever, just look back at what you had on there, and you know, reflect and appreciate, show gratitude of where you've come. Of late, in terms of how I've delivered some of the vision board sessions, I think there's just been like a lot going on in terms of how the girls have been feeling that we've been working with, their own personal circumstances, the media, the issues with, wrong word, the recent media coverage around Child Q. There's just been a lot of stuff going on, and one of the sessions I kind of thought to myself, how about we change the word vision to impact, and essentially instead of doing a vision, in principle it's the same thing, but instead of doing a vision board, I spoke to the girls about an impact board. And the idea behind it really was, what impact do you want to have on the world? And I made it that big. This is like 14, 15-year-olds. Like, what impact do you want to have? Let's have a conversation. Or what impact do you want to have in your, in your health, in your community, in your home, with your friends?
So you still kept it to those kind of categories as well?
Kept the categories, but just changed the question. And it went from, I want, materialistic items under each heading. I want to be a size 8. I wanted whatever they were saying. To actually a bit more thought, a bit more substance to the pictures they were finding. So, what impact do you want to have amongst your siblings? Well, I want them to look up. These are some of the things that we're saying. I want them to look up to me. I want us to have good days out together. I want to share memories. So their pictures then were like, of like kids in a park or helping a sibling with homework. So it was about the impact they wanted rather than what's your vision, because sometimes that can just lead to images or thoughts around what can I have. And anyone who knows me, I'm very big on like memories and kind of what would I say, just sentimental type things. Yeah. So I think it was really important to have that conversation with the girls, that whilst wanting things is absolutely fine, I also wanted them to understand that accumulating a barrage of things is really neither here nor there, and actually what other impact could they have in the different areas. So, in terms of maybe their religion or their faith, they want to be closer to the person that they believe in. So again, attending church or mosque temples more regularly, having a closer relationship, reading their Bible or Quran or what have you. So I think for me, when I think about moving forward, I'm definitely going to integrate impact, that word impact, into our vision board sessions, so the girls can also have that understanding and awareness that, making an impact on their communities, their lives, their friends, their family is far greater, in my opinion, than, just
materialistic things. I agree. I completely agree. And it's good how you just did that little switch on it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to? What impact do you want to have? Immediately, it makes you reflect, doesn't it?
It does.
It puts a different spin on it. Definitely does.
Absolutely.
It really does.
So, sorry.
No, I was just going to say again, we've talked a lot about the vision boards. We haven't heard from anyone in terms of whether or not they use them, or they don't believe in them, or just your general experiences around vision boards. I'll just remind you that if you do have any comments around vision boards or impact and the kind of impact that you can leave on those around you in your communities, then do get in contact with us. You just remind anyone that's just tuned in that we're Sister2Sister, and our show is called Sister2Sister Talks. My name's Dionne.
I'm Chantel.
And you are listening to 87.8 FM Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton. For those of you that are on Instagram Live, we've decided to stream through our Instagram Live, our radio show at the same time. And if you do want to get in contact with us, then you can do that via the studio by telephoning in, and that telephone number is 01902 972 150, and the WhatsApp is 07440 420 432. Again, you can contact us via Instagram. And once the show's aired and we come off, then it's also on YouTube as well. So you can also search for the show on YouTube if you haven't been able to tune in and you want to share the show. Then you can.
Okay, perfect. So there's some, we've spoken a lot about the types of work that we do in schools with the girls in terms of making an impact, and that's obviously the nature of our show today. And we just wanted to give you some more ways that you could implement impact in your day-to-day lives, really, and not feeling as though it's got to be anything big. Is that a comment we've got there, dear?
Yeah. So it says...
Sorry.
No, it's fine. We've got a question on our Instagram that's saying that they use vision boards in a work capacity.
Okay.
And they love the impact side of things. Can I ask how you continue to see if the boards impact the young girls you support long term? So
Yep.
how do we measure basically the impact?
Really good question. So there's lots of ways that we do this. So once we've our programs have come to an end, we check in with the girls periodically. We invite them to our events that we have throughout the summer, throughout the holidays. We also seek permission from their parents to keep in contact with them once their school program with us is finished. We've also got a big sister one-to-one mentoring program that they can. It's almost like a follow-on program. So we always have that open door policy, I suppose.
Absolutely,
So we always check in terms of actually what is on their vision board. It's not been a year since any of them most recently have completed them. So the view is obviously that we then go back into school and maybe have some kind of assembly or presentation or celebration evening, day, whatever, just to kind of check in with them as to how they've got on with those boards.
And the thing is as well, because we build relationships with the girls via our programs, more often than not, we get invited to go back to the school and have a different cohort of girls. So from doing that, we could just be walking in the corridor and someone would say, Miss, someone that we had on our previous programs, Miss. And that's an opportunity again for us to check in on them. Because we remember, because you build a relationship with them, you remember little things about them, about their wants, their desires. And by seeing them in the corridors, that's another opportunity for just to check in with them to see how they're getting on against those goals that they set for themselves.
Definitely.
And also as well about the impact that they are making since they've actually been on the Sister2Sister programs. So that's one of the ways.
Definitely. And just there's a couple of things that we forgot to mention actually. So when we go into the schools or the academies or the colleges or what have you and deliver our programs, with some couple of comments that have really stood out for us in terms of how we've impacted the lives of these young girls is one particular student, I think she spoke to you, Dionne. So we spoke about how we've got our own business and how we've got careers outside of this and other things that we do. And I think the girl was quite like,
No,
couldn't do that. She couldn't see herself having her own business.
Got no money. I've got no backing for that. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to have my own business. And I was like, well, why? Why do you think that? I was like, well, we started Sister2Sister with no money. And I'm no different to you. I'm no better than you. I may be different in sense of path travelled or whatever, but I'm no better than you. And if I can do it, then so can you. And it was funny because she was like, wow, can I speak to you again about how I can do it? But at first, before she started the conversation, she was like, no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't see myself having my own business.
And it's true. I think it's sometimes the idea of having a business can seem like just the word business, isn't it? If someone in your family hasn't got a business,
it's a bit daunting.
It's a bit daunting. It's it has connotations of expense and difficulties and money,
regulation, and all kinds.
And we're happy that we was able to show this girl that it doesn't need to be as scary as that, and we're quite happy to support her in her journey of entrepreneurship if that's something that she wants to go into once she leaves college. I think in terms of impact, a simple conversation off the back of us being in that, was it a college?
Yeah, it was in the college.
Of us being in the college has inspired that young girl to consider having her own business. And that wasn't even our intention on the day, but you don't know who you're impacting through the work that you're doing.
You absolutely don't. Someone on Instagram has just said that it would be nice if the girls can also give back and talk to other young girls. And that's exactly what we do as well.
Absolutely.
We get the girls who've been on the programs to share their experiences with other girls on the programs as well. So it does help in terms of the impact as well. In
lots of different ways. So we'll be maybe girls from the same school that we've had on a previous program talking to our new girls from telling them their experiences,
testimonials.
But we also do the cross the testimonials then support, which are on our website. Go and have a look. Which also support and show other people the impact the program has had upon them. So again, that word of mouth, and we are looking to do some annual conferences and events where they can come along and all get to know each other as well.
Right, okay. So, time's flown. So, we've talked to you about positive impact, continue to have positive impacts on everyone, and we are going to be signing off very shortly. So, thank you very much for joining Sister2Sister Talks. We really appreciate your support.
See you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye.